Make Bitcoin great again. Is that another one of Trump's campaign slogans? Bitcoin is already great. Don't you see that Bitcoin is being adopted by major financial institutions and even politicians, you might ask? I know. You certainly got a point. Bitcoin reached its all-time high earlier this year and still looks strong. But let's take a step back and think about it. When you talk about Bitcoin, your grandma frowns, and your taxi driver starts to pity you. Need proof? Just look at what happened at Ohio State University when Christopher Pan praised Bitcoin in his commencement speech not too long ago. Why do you think they still hate Bitcoin, even after Gary Gensler approved spot Bitcoin ETFs? It all goes back to Ethereum. Vitalik Buterin discovered Bitcoin when he was in high school and became fascinated by it. He even created Bitcoin magazine and tried to help it grow. But what frustrated him were the core developers in the Bitcoin ecosystem. He wanted more than what the Bitcoin blockchain could offer and decided to move on. He created his own blockchain, Ethereum, enabling developers to build and deploy a wide range of decentralized applications. His new platform seemed more versatile than Bitcoin and garnered a lot of attention. Since then, countless crypto projects have emerged, branding themselves as Blockchain 2.0 or 3.0. Buterin's marketing gimmicks worked. Ether's price skyrocketed, and Buterin is now treated like a sage or some kind of holy man. Watching his success, many scammers as well as techies copied what Buterin did. They invented their own lingo and utility tokens and pumped and dumped them through ICOs and exchange listings. What they've created so far is a cesspool of worthless Ethereum copycats and rug pulls, overshadowing Bitcoin's innovation. Countless people have fallen into their traps and lost their hard-earned money in the process. The problem is that your uncle or mom can't tell the difference between Bitcoin and these shitcoins. When Terra Luna vaporized and FTX collapsed, many people blamed Bitcoin instead of the real culprits. Bitcoin undeservedly took the blame for all that crap. The mainstream media didn't help. The Financial Times, Bloomberg, and the New York Times ignored Bitcoin when it surged and cursed it when it crashed. Until recently, no mainstream media outlets bothered to mention that Bitcoin's price has steadily risen over the past 15 years, yielding an average annual return of 160%. We need to make Bitcoin great again. When Satoshi Nakamoto created Bitcoin, people were fascinated by its fixed supply and transparency. They believed Bitcoin was the best form of money that humanity had ever created. Since there were no crypto exchanges, holders freely sent and received their coins using mobile apps and paper wallets. The Mobick project is trying to revitalize that culture. We don't need centralized exchanges, which have become the government's pet. You lose your financial sovereignty the moment you start using them. P2P trading is one solution, and paper wallets combined with your own phone make it possible. And here we are, 15 years after Bitcoin was born. With a market capitalization of $1.2 trillion, Bitcoin has become the 10th most valuable asset in the world. Many people are beginning to admit that Bitcoin is a superior form of money compared to fiat. Bitcoin has the potential to be a change agent to save the declining dollar-backed world economy. However, Bitcoin has its own problems to tackle. The unknown millions of Bitcoins owned by Satoshi miners and the early Chinese domination of the Bitcoin market still cast a huge shadow over Bitcoin. It's estimated that Satoshi Nakamoto mined more than 1.1 million Bitcoins. Whenever Bitcoins in his wallets move, it rocks the entire crypto market. It's problematic for a single person, even a founder, to own 5% of the circulating supply. What if the Satoshi miners start to sell off their assets at the same time? China was a major hub for Bitcoin mining in the early days. Since miners earned Bitcoin as a reward, many Bitcoins were accumulated by Chinese miners. Back then, Chinese exchanges like BTCC, OKCoin, and Huobi were among the largest in the world, and their combined trading volume accounted for about 90% of global Bitcoin trading. It's safe to assume that many Chinese traders still hold a significant number of Bitcoins, not to mention the Z government. Whoever wins the upcoming US presidential election will need to take this matter seriously before accepting Bitcoin as a US reserve asset because it's a matter of national security. Most crypto projects have approached Bitcoin from a technological perspective, trying to create faster and larger blockchains. Do you honestly think that speed and block sizes can solve the problems I mentioned? If you still do, good luck with that. BTCMobick, however, takes a different approach. It addresses these issues by creating a better form of money. Every fiat system tries to distribute money as fairly as possible by driving Uber, working at a factory, doing paperwork, or creating something valuable. You earn your right to a share of the fiat. When someone is found to have more money than they deserve, they are condemned by the public. Corrupt officials are even publicly executed in China and North Korea. Gold is regarded as one of the best forms of money because it has been distributed relatively evenly over thousands of years. See? Wealth distribution is the key, not its utility. Bitcoin is obviously a better form of money than fiat with its fixed supply and ingenious POW system, but it wasn't distributed evenly from the start. What about Mobick? Its wealth distribution through mass airdrops was not perfect, but it was definitely fairer and more transparent than any crypto project I know. The founder has no share at all, and there are no Chinese whales in the ecosystem. This project doesn't even have VCs. If you can name a single project where a project team and VCs take 0% share, please do. I'm all ears. I'm not saying Mobick is better than Bitcoin. I'm saying this project has the potential to address the problems that Bitcoin faces. How? By airdropping Mobick to early Bitcoin whales. Satoshi coins are thought to be problematic since we don't know if they are held by early whales or are indeed lost. The project team can airdrop Mobick to those wallet holders who make a single on-chain transaction. If someone has 10,000 BTC in his wallet, he gets 10,000 Mo, which is $2 million. Who would say no to that amount of free money? Believe me, it's foolproof. If this project actually pulls it off, we can eliminate Bitcoin's biggest uncertainty. I know it's meaningless to compare a nascent project like Mobick with Bitcoin, one of the top 10 crypto assets in the world. Top 10 assets in the world. But what will it be like 10 years from now? What you're looking at is a Bitcoin vending machine in 2012 from Charlie Schramm and Roger Ver's company, BitInstant. For those who haven't watched the 1-minute clip, I'll leave a link in the video description. At the time, you could buy 1 BTC for $7. And you know how much you have to pay to get 1 BTC today. That's what happens to a better form of money, which has no second best. This is a Mobick wallet with 1 Mo. I'm planning to post another video in 10 years holding this very wallet if I'm still breathing then. It'll be fun to watch. Hope you enjoy it as much as I will. Stay tuned and stay excited.